Good Wednesday. We are in the middle of Holy Week, and we find ourselves once more with our Lenten Devotional for this day. The text comes from Mark 14, verses 3 to 11. We, in this text, encounter probably the most vilified character of the Holy Week drama, which is Judas Iscariot. He's seen as a villain, and maybe justly so. I think the question that a lot of people have, though, is why did he do what he did? And I think there's a lot of folks who wonder about that. And it's something to think about. Some people say, well, he just did it for the money. He just wanted to get the money. Maybe he was greedy and wanted the 30 pieces of silver. I guess that's a possibility. It doesn't sound very likely, but maybe so. Maybe he was sort of disappointed. Jesus had not yet performed this miracle of bringing in his kingdom, at least in Judas's mind. We know a little bit about Judas in that we know he was Judas Iscariot. That meant he was from the village of Kerioth. Kerioth was a stronghold of the Zealots, one of the orders of society that really wanted to overthrow the Roman government in a really sort of a proactive, almost violent fashion. And so we can imagine that Judas had some of these rebellious tendencies within him, and maybe he's disappointed because Jesus hadn't done this yet. And maybe that's why he turned Jesus over. And maybe he did this because he was trying to force Jesus' hand. He didn't really want Jesus to suffer and die. He thought if he put Jesus in a dangerous predicament, that he would act in a powerful way in order to save himself. That's a pretty interesting reason if you think about it. But maybe the real reason that Scripture doesn't give us a specific reason as to why Judas has done this is that if we look very carefully, can actually see ourselves in this particular predicament. And maybe we can see reasons why we are tempted to sell out the faith that we profess. When we can honestly see ourselves in that predicament, we can ask for God's help to resist those temptations. The temptations to want to acquire the things of the world, the temptation of being disappointed when God doesn't act like we want God to act, the temptation to try to make God do something when we want God to do something. Those are real temptations, and we have to be careful to avoid them.
I think one of the interesting things about the story with Judas is that when the night of the Last Supper, when Jesus predicts that someone will betray him, only one of the Gospels, I believe, mentioned Judas anyway in that, and even then all of the disciples are sort of wondering, who is it? Who is it that's going to betray him? And when Jesus says it's the one who's dipping the bread in the dish with me, really he could have been talking about everybody.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody bailed on him.
And everybody kind of betrayed Jesus in the end. And all were eating together, maybe not out of the same physical dish, but all were eating together. So I think you're right here that the motivation behind Judas, or Judas as a person, isn't really as important as, where do we fit into that story?
Right.
And where's our motivations when it comes to our life with Jesus? Are they honorable? Are they self-serving? Or are they, out to betray him?
Yeah, exactly. Let's bow and have a word of prayer. God, forgive us for the ways in which we offer you less than our fullest commitment. Reveal to us our penchant for acting like Judas, and help us to offer our whole lives to Jesus, regardless of the cost.
Hello, this is Larry Lang here. I'm with Stephen the Emu, and he's all dressed up and all excited today. He's got his bow tie on. Doesn't he look great? He's excited because he's already saved his $42 that's going to go towards the Lenten Offering. And this year at the Lenten Offering, it's going to our preschool and to our daycare and to the Salvation Army. Matter of fact, I was in a meeting this week, and it was at church council, and it was mentioned that the preschool does have some needs right now, and so that the money that we're raising for the Lenten offering can really help some families that are in need right at this moment. So we want to encourage you to do that. We're looking forward to the collections. We're collecting this up through Easter, and so if you can turn that in before Easter, we'd love to do that. You can put it in an envelope that's just marked Lenten Offering. And we appreciate your support and look forward to coming back and talking to you about what we've done. So thank you all. Happy Easter, and look forward to talking with you soon.
Speaking of our devotions, I just want to say thank you to all of you who've been tuning in every day and watching those with us. We've heard a lot of good feedback, and still have a few days left in Lent. But while we're together, I just want to say that on behalf of both of us, thank you for tuning into that.
We are indeed grateful. Thank you for your support of that, and for the support of the Lenten studies as well. Our last session is this evening at 6 o'clock. Maybe Brother Tom wraps up next Monday, I'm not sure, but I know he would be grateful for the support he's received, and we certainly are very thankful for everybody who's been a part of our time and study together. We hope it's been as beneficial to you as it has been for us.
Right. So Holy Week seems to be one of the busiest weeks for the two of us, at least. There is in the year. Maybe right up there with Christmas and Advent, but it's a busy week for us. But we just want to keep everything straight, so we do have the classes tonight. Tomorrow night is our Maundy Thursday communion service. I'll be leading that in Wesley Hall at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a little different than we're used to. I'm going to kind of lead us through that Last Supper part of Scripture, and we're just going to live into that together a little bit. And so we look forward to seeing you there tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then we've got Easter morning. Right.
We surely do. We'll have our service at 10 o'clock in Wesley Hall. Look forward to having a good time in worship together. And then at 11:15 over here in the Historic Sanctuary, we will have service with very special music that Susan Crawford, our Director of Traditional Music, has put together with her team. We know it'll be a wonderful time together in worship. You can actually read about that service in the Daily News in the paper. It's a nice article, good picture too. There's something special also that will go on earlier in that day, and you're going to be sort of in charge of getting that squared away. What's that all about?
So don't forget to bring fresh cut flowers that you'll find in your yard. I've seen some color out there. You may have to hunt a little bit. I think it is supposed to get cold. We haven't done the weather, but it's supposed to get cold for a day or two here coming up after the storm tomorrow. But we'll have some flowers, and we're going to make the crosses lively and beautiful on Sunday morning as well. Now, last year we asked you to send pictures in, and we will put them on the halftime report. You're welcome to send your pictures to us, but next week we're not going to be doing a halftime report.
That's right.
We're taking some time to ourselves.
My colleague is going to have a little Sabbath time. I'm going to be doing some things here to get ready for the following Sunday, and then I'll have a chance to take a little Sabbath time later on in the month.
And most of all, most importantly, the camera's going to take a break.
Exactly. Oh, do remember that the office will be closed on Monday in observation of Easter. Easter Monday will be closed. And remember also that we will be putting Good Friday, the recording that we did last year will be offered again this Good Friday. Hope that you will take advantage of that as well. The weather, it's a pretty day outside, but you better wear something to keep the pollen down, because I tell you what, it's working on a lot of us, and it's green outside. Let's just put it that way. Sports, we're down to the Final Four. Baseball's getting ready to start up. Hockey's going well.
Hey, I did have Baylor in one of my brackets.
Did you?
Winning, so I'm kind of pulling for.
Well, I didn't have a bracket. Oh well. I'm bracketless this year.
Oh man, and the Canes are still skating.
Canes are doing good, man. They're looking sharp. We lost last night. I don't know what's going on with that, but anyway.
That ice hadn't thawed yet.
I guess.
All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful rest of the week. We'll see you later on in the week, and we'll see you on Easter morning.
All right. God bless you.